Lukasevich?
Yeah, a couple items. Saw the increase of the mileage reimbursement from 45 cents to 60 cents a mile. That does coincide with the most recent announcement of the IRS to increase the reimbursement rate. And I'll say, if you look back historically, the last time that 45 cents was a reimbursement rate for the IRS was 2006. So, and it couldn't find any record of the county, of when we actually changed it to 45. So that's definitely necessary. That increase is going to positively impact about 25% of county employees. So in 2021, and I'm going to thank the controller for helping collect the data for me, 99 employees, which is about a third of them are what I refer to as high frequency, high mileage accumulators, were reimbursed a total of $38,271 for just over 85,000 miles driven in their personally owned vehicles for essential county activities, meaning, it was a requirement, job had to be done, county fleet vehicles were unavailable or not practical. And we do have 51 vehicles, across our fleet. Now that reimbursement rate, if we take it to 2021, that would have increased the budget just under about $13,000. So it's not a significant impact on the budget, but it is one we have to be conscientious of. And that beckons the requirement for greater accountability and control of this specific program. I want to thank the Controller's Office, Children and Youth and Aging. We've been working over about 2 months to bring to realization a pilot program that would use a mileage calculating app, right? So something more aligned with this than this to help us streamline the process and more accurately determine the mileage that is to be reimbursed. And we're looking at a 5-day pilot program, 2 high-frequency, high-mileage accumulators from children and youth, 2 from aging, and then working with the Controller's Office to kind of roll that data together through the back office of this application. And part of the role of this application and the process for consideration, one, it reduces rounding up. So instead of 31.4 miles or 5, you might say 32 miles. It reduces the amount of time that is spent out filling out a form, most concerningly with the high frequency users. It eliminates the supervisor's requirement to confirm each mile entry. So, Chris went from 1211 Center to 2 Hazard Square. Who's going to sit there and do that every time on one of these documents? It's unrealistic expectation of the supervisor. So this would potentially eliminate that requirement. And then finally, IRS compliance, because this is a tax-free reimbursement. And I said the high mileage, high frequency, high mileage entities, Children and Youth, Area Agency on Aging, Coroner's Office, and then really high frequency are IT folks who are always out running around. And that's only going to increase as we develop Iron Street. That's on that one. Had a request or an inquiry in regards to our parking ordinance about 2 or 3 weeks ago. We just had a discussion about we are relooking of updating the ordinance, but part of that is the validated parking that we plan to commence in 2022. And just an update on that, implementation and execution instructions are under review. All 3 of us have a copy of those from about 2 weeks ago. The system has been tested at the kiosk via the Flowbird app and on the computer website of Flowbird. It's working fine. Looking at a 30-day trial kind of stress test using GIS and the recorder of deeds. Once we kind of confirm, the process, implementation process that has been outlined. And if things would flow, there's a potential that this would roll out throughout between July 22nd and January 23rd. Again, flexibility is built in. As you know, we are working through the process of hiring a new parking director, senior technician, so that it could impact the way ahead. That's all I have.
And